But we lie to ourselves so much because we're so scared to be true with ourselves, to say, okay, well, you screwed up.
I watched that reel and I, for a moment, I was like, is it Natalie again? Because I wasn't able to recognize you because the way you were acting, changed your whole face. So, I mean,
That's the best compliment could be for.
no, it's true. It's true.
The worst thing is when you're an actor and you're sitting there and you're waiting to book something and you're not booking and you don't have money.
The fact that you won the debut award in Cannes, did that change the way you see yourself as an actress? Hello and welcome to Go Is Here. I'm Anna Iris, and today I'm honored to be joined by the talented actress Natalie Bark, who recently won the debut award at the Cannes Film Festival for her stunning performance in the film Exchange. Natalie, I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you, Anna. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a very interesting project and I really got very inspired from what I've seen on your intro videos.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. So, Natalie, can you introduce yourself to our listeners? Tell us a bit about your journey as an actress and how it felt to win the Cannes debut award. I mean, that must have been amazing.
That was really unexpected. Well, I'll tell you about that later. I'm Natalie Bark. I live in London. I was born and raised in Russia, or Soviet Union, better to say, those days. And acting is a very recent turn of my career because I worked as corporate executives in big multinational companies.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden it was winter 22. Yeah. A friend of mine said that The Crown, The Crown, the big
Mhm, mhm.
show, they were looking for Russian looking extras. And she's like, oh, yeah, let's sign up. It's fun, people travel, people film. And I'm like, okay, doesn't sound serious, but okay, let's give it a try. So I signed up with the extra agency. And
Mhm.
so I did several episodes in The Crown and then several other big shows like Loki, like Invasion, and, mm, other ones, and then because there is a business side of me, right?
Right.
So I'm always like looking at everything like, can I take it further? Would it be profitable in a good way? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, always in a good way, yeah.
Yeah. So would it be nice and stuff? And then I saw an actor at one of the breaks during the filming for one of the extra works, and he was reading and learning a script, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh yeah, I do have a course, I do a course online. Great. So I took a course which was online, and I'm still going on with that. It's act for TV. Very interesting and very nice platform. Great tutors. They are based in Manchester, but they are online also. Like, they are based in Manchester. They have studios in Leeds, in Liverpool, but online as well. So that was good for me. And then it started like, okay, step by step, it started like forming up.
Mhm.
Then I took a course at RADA, Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts. And yeah, and then I started to apply for short films. Then I got myself an agent, which is very important.
And very hard, as I know.
It
right?
is hard. It is hard. Yeah, you're right, people, and of course, there are lots of agents. Yeah,
Hmm.
lots of agents, but all of them are busy, and the ones that are not busy, well, you don't want to be with them.
Yes, you don't.
So, so I got myself an agent. Then in a year's time, I actually changed my agent, and now it's been very proactive, especially this year. I've been seen by lots of very, very famous casting directors, very big names.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah, and lots of them are Russian
hmm
roles, so accented ones, because Russian is my native language.
yes.
But the briefs are interesting, and from the briefs, you understand if you're in a smaller role, like a day play or something, and it's a Russian role, so then the meaty stereotypes start.
Mm.
And I don't fit them, mm, most of them. Yeah, so it's a bit, it's interesting, sometimes frustrating, very inspiring, but I'm very curious where it will take me, all this path.
I'm sure somewhere amazing because you just won the debut award. I mean, congratulations,
Thank you
first of
very
all.
much.
And how was that experience?
It was really, really overwhelming and unexpected because the film that won the awards and it's winning the awards, we won a best experimental short in Paris. We won best fantasy short at the Independent Short Awards in LA.
Hmm.
And there are more festivals that are coming for that film. And it was a very interesting experience because I was also performing as exec producer for that film. And I thought I was inspired by Debbie Howard. She's a big director in the UK, and I saw her film Safe traveling the festivals, and I saw it on Instagram and stuff, and I'm like, maybe I'd try to put this film Exchange to the festivals. Because the director didn't have time, nobody from the team is very small, the crew was very small, the cast is only 3 people. Nobody had time. So I said, okay, let's try it. And I was about to like slowly, step by step, investigate how to do it. And then I saw that the deadlines are coming, and I'm like, oh my God, now today.
Hurry up.
So I was literally first time on Film Freeway and doing that. And yeah, I just filled the forms. We applied and we won, and I was so surprised because Exchange is so non-conforming
Mm.
film, like it's somewhere probably at the border between the visual art and film and movies.
Yeah.
So it was really very difficult to position it, like lots of festivals wouldn't have any category
Category. Yeah.
at all.
Mm.
So Cannes had, and yeah, several art festivals. So yeah,
Wow.
and I didn't expect it. We didn't expect it because it is again so non-conforming. But yeah, it happened.
Amazing. Amazing. So, what were you searching for when you first turned into acting?
What I was searching for? It's a good question.
Was there a reason that you want to
I
start?
think, uh, I think it's where you can express yourself, although you're playing somebody else.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
and also, art, creativity is in my blood. I
Mm.
was I was literally in my mom's belly when she was playing operas and ballets in the orchestra as a violinist. I grew up with surrounded by artists from the theater, and it's all my life. So this
Yeah, you
light,
were so deeply influenced that it was.
yeah, this light is was was always inside me. And
Mm.
even in the business and corporate work, I was always looking for something creative because I love to create, you
Yeah.
know. I
Yeah.
like to make something where there was nothing. So,
Yeah,
so
like giving birth. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, was there a moment in your life where you felt like acting was the only way to express something you couldn't put into words? Maybe through a role or
no, I don't think so, but I think that at certain level and at certain points, if you can achieve that, although you're having the script, right, and you're having the lines,
yeah.
there's such a freedom that, how to explain, you can be someone else. Like
Yes, you can.
in reality, you cannot. You.
You
Yeah.
always have to
But
tap
you can. Yeah, you can be
your emotions.
someone else, and you
Mhm.
can have some other life, some other destiny, and it's so fascinating.
Yeah, it is. It is. But you always have to tap into your own emotions and your experiences, right? To to find the role. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's
So yeah, it's like you, but you're living a different life.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
it's a weird
really
dynamic.
interesting.
Yeah. So you grew up with many different cultures around you.
Yes.
Was there one culture or feeling that made you feel more comfortable and like yourself? Where because I have to say you speak Portuguese, Spanish, Russian, and a little bit of Turkish, right?
Forgotten.
Forgot.
But yeah, I used to speak quite good Turkish. Yeah. Mm. Well, look, I wouldn't say that there is a particular culture that I'm comfortable or not. Somehow, probably the way I was brought up, or probably because I was always surrounded by multinational, even as a kid, by completely multinational environment. My parents, they had friends from Soviet Union was a very big country. Okay, so it had so many nationalities, and whatever is said today, we had no hatred
Mm,
or opposing or something whatsoever. So whatever is happening now, it's very artificial.
mm, exactly.
And for me, I would never judge anyone or judge myself as being this or that,
That.
color or nationality. It's the personality, it's the person. So for
Yeah.
me, it doesn't matter who is from where and what color and what shape. And so it never mattered. I never look at that from that perspective. It never would turn me off or turn me on.
Mm.
It's
It
the
shouldn't
person.
matter for anyone. Like it's the last thing that is important. There are so many other characteristics that are the first thing you notice at somebody. Um, so I was wondering, the fact that you won the debut award in Cannes, did that change the way you see yourself as an actress?
Oh yeah.
If you're getting all the attention maybe you're getting from the industry.
Yeah, it gives you confidence, and it's an achievement. It's a proof, right? So you can say, oh, I'm an actor, and you can say it endlessly or whatever. But when you've got a recognition,
Mhm.
it means you are an actor. And again, I'm not looking and was never looking for some fame or stuff, but the recognition is, yes, it's
The
important.
big part, yeah, it's very important.
And now when I write to people, I can proudly say that, yeah, our short film won this and this and this awards. And of course, it wouldn't win the awards if it was bad.
No,
If
no, of course not.
and if me and my colleagues as a cast, and our director and our director of photography, if they were not there, if these people were not there, yeah, it wouldn't happen. So that's the teamwork. And for me, of course, exchange is especially a teamwork. It's not like a single project where there's one person who is the lead, or one person. So it's a huge teamwork, and everybody did their best. And I think that, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a great feeling. And yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your role as Barbara in Exchange?
Yeah, well, the role was so fascinating. So when Monty Chaudoir, our director, and he's a young guy, he's 28 years old,
Wow.
right? So when he was explaining the role, it really, it really, captivated me. So Barbara, although there's a name and it's a human name, she's not a human being. She's everything and nothing. She can feel everything, but is detached from everything. So, like, feeling every emotion, feeling sorrow, feeling happiness, feeling connection with everything, but being detached from everything.
So she's able to recognize the feelings, but she's not able to feel them.
She's feeling them, but she's detached, and it's a very interesting combination. And why it intrigued me also so much, because I do self-development for several years, and we practice those states
Of detachment.
of
Mm.
detachment but feeling. uh,
Mhm.
and and I was so fascinated with the idea. And well, was a one-day short. We were filming on the coast, in Eastbourne, south coast of England. It was a nice day, though. It was not particularly warm and quite windy. But yeah, it was really, really an interesting experience, and I had to absorb the whole surrounding into me and give it away through my eyes.
Mhm. So again, Barbara is a person who is able to feel the emotions, but she always stays detached from them, right?
Supernatural. She's not a person.
Ah, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
she's
okay.
supernatural. Yeah. So she is like universe. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. The
one
whole.
one of her sides. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you watch the film, the idea is that there is a person, a guy, Wilfred, and he's old, older, right? He's regretting his mistakes, his past, everything. And he would love to change everything, like you know, so he actually arrives there to kill the life. So she's the life, yeah, or a destiny or a universe. So he's
Yeah.
standing there with a knife. He wants to kill all that. So it wouldn't have happened. But
So
then
he's trying to kill his old self.
he's trying to kill the the way, the fate, the way the things happened, not himself. And then his younger self emerges from the sea, and Barbara, he's giving his eye for time, more time in life, to
Wow.
maybe
Mm-hmm.
correct himself, to learn
So
something, to become something else. Yeah,
that's change,
yeah,
right?
that's the exchange. Yeah,
Wow. Wow. Wow.
yeah.
So is there a truth about yourself that, you uncovered about yourself through playing Barbara?
I think so. Again, it's very, very amazing experience acting wise. There's no dialogue in the film, so everything is visual.
Mm.
And
That's even harder.
it was very hard to to do all that, because it had to be. You couldn't. There wouldn't be film if It
Yes, yes.
wasn't for the and my role there is just facial expressions and surrounding. When there was motions from two guys that were performing older and younger selves, Drake and
Had to
Simon. So
express.
Drake and Simon had some motion, but I was motionless. I was
Wow.
motionless on that beach except for accepting the eye and changing the time.
That's
So
the hardest thing, to express the emotions, by standing still and not being able to have any lines. Like, you
yeah,
express all the emotions through your face and body. That's the only way. And, now that I'm thinking of it, you just won the debut award for a role that didn't even have a line. So it's
well,
amazing.
one thing is it's easy without the lines because you can forget the lines, right? That's the biggest fear of every actor. Oh, to lose the lines, to forget the lines.
Yeah, but the lines help you
Yeah,
portray
exactly.
the character more easily.
Yeah, yeah, especially when it's good written, when it's natural. Yeah, it helps you a lot. And your actor, when you're having a dialogue, helps even more.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That was very difficult, but it was it was a very, very interesting experience. And what I uncovered about myself is that, you know, that self-development and different meditations and stuff that I practiced for myself personally, not for acting, they helped in real life. So you would, like, when people do this stuff, right? Somebody else can say, "Oh, they are crazy. They're like nuts. What they're doing, meditating or you know, doing some things. Better go and dig. Plant something or dig something or do something. Real." But I saw that expanding yourself, expanding your base of feelings, or
Mhm.
expanding your mind beyond something which is very real, very, touchable,
Yeah.
helped to produce something, which is real and touchable, you know?
So you've been into meditating, like,
Yeah.
you use it. Me too, and it helps me so much with my stress levels because I have chronic anxiety, and for me, meditating is one of the ways that I find to keep the stress levels low as much as I can. So I understand that it works for some people, for others it doesn't, but definitely a great way to open up and understand so many things about yourself and others.
I agree with you. Yeah. Yeah.
So, have you ever felt the way of competition in the industry, and how can you stay true to yourself in the middle of this pressure? You always have to get the next job, and uh, the competition is really hard to deal with.
Yeah. Competition is very hard. And um, look, I just don't look at that as a competition. I
You
mean,
never did, right?
yeah, you apply to roles. Sometimes you're accepted, sometimes you're rejected. And I understand that most likely because the industry is becoming wider and wider and wider, right?
Hmm.
So it by becoming wider, it becomes more specific. What to say is that if you look at the film industry in the United States, in England, in uh, Russia or Soviet Union, you will count, well, 10 actors
Hmm.
each
Hmm.
place, like, and they would be in major productions from
Yeah.
one to another. Nowadays, especially with the shows, with the series, with Netflix, with
Hmm.
platforms, there are so many actors. And the reason for that is that, of course, for the casting directors and the productions can be more specific with whom they choose for the role,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because there's such a broad variety of actors. So that's how it is.
So if I ask you that, if there was any moment in your journey as an actress that you just wanted to give up, you would say no, huh?
I'm very curious where it will it bring me. I'm really curious, and that's probably the reason that the curiosity just drives me, and inspires the curiosity and that feeling when I'm on set with even with students, yeah, with doing their graduation film. It's such an atmosphere that you don't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's like those people that if you meet this person, this particular director of photography, or this particular director, or this particular actor on the street, you would probably, like,
Mm-hmm.
pay any attention, or like, but when you start working on set, such an inspiration. It's like a fire, and
It
it
is.
moves around and everybody is involved, and then the time doesn't matter, over time doesn't matter, if somebody's hungry or forgot to whatever, it doesn't matter, because everybody gets carried away. And if
Yes.
it doesn't happen, then these people shouldn't be in that industry.
Hmm. It's not for them.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So has playing different characters help you feel more empathy for others?
Yeah, I think so. But I always have this attitude towards people that everybody has the right to be themselves.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, mm,
So yeah. Yeah, definitely. That shouldn't be a question, right? Like we should all be empathetic and let everyone do his thing or her thing, and without judging, and understanding that everyone is carrying his own story, he's on his own journey, and we shouldn't be harsh on anyone because we don't know what is going on in their lives,
of course, of course,
as they don't know what is going on in ours. So
that's
we
right.
should be more gentle with people when we don't know their story. So, in what ways does the child within you continue to influence your acting today? Are you tapping to your inner child?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's that curiosity that I was talking about. I think like you're exploring, yeah. So with
Yourself.
yeah, yeah. No, and the world as well,
Mm.
like how children are. They are playing with stuff. They're touching. Oh, how it will be. Oh, is it cold? Is it hot? Is it what? So that's acting for me. I'm exploring all the time how it will be to do this way, or what it will be if I do that. Um, Part of that, for example, and I'm constantly trying to develop myself. Part of that I'm taking accent courses.
Mhm.
So to make my British English flawless, although everybody says no, 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 if you had your accent, it's your unique selling point. But yeah, I can put my accent on, I can put it off. So, and also I'm working on my American accent, but because believe it or not, because I worked for big American companies, like most of my life in my previous career, I used to speak with quite heavy American accent. Even British people thought I'm American. And then, when I moved to the UK, I just changed. And now I have to, not I have to, but I want to
You
bring
want,
it back to see how it will play, you know,
yeah,
things like that.
yeah. Well,
Fun.
I was talking yesterday with another actress, and she is an accent coach,
Hmm?
and she knows around 25 different accents. And for me, that's I'm trying to you know to correct my accent in English, which I find so hard sometimes. My Greek nature always comes out. So uh, for me, it's fascinating to be able to perform as an actor in different accents.
Yeah,
But she was telling me that it's a muscle that as much as you exercise it, the stronger it gets.
that's true. But what I also noticed is that young directors, not established yet, young directors, younger generation, let's say, who are now 30 or less, or probably up to 35, it tends to be different because they don't care in a good way. So when you get a brief, although it has the names, and yeah, names from can be different, but they wouldn't say, okay, accent, this accent, that accent. Very, very rare. Like if it is a period drama and
Yeah.
showing 20s
Mm.
living village in north of England, they would say that. So maybe the trend is it's becoming more and more open and less.
And maybe more focused on the performance, which is
Mm.
more important sometimes than the accent.
Yeah, I would love that to happen, because it's a shame sometimes to see that the actors are rejected because of their nationality.
Mm. Yeah,
As simple as that.
yeah,
They
definitely.
they want this nationality with that accent and stuff, which of course I understand from another point of view, if it is important for their production, for the film, uh,
For the specific
the
part.
authenticity of the product,
Mhm.
then of
Mhm.
course, yeah.
Yeah.
But if it is not, then yeah, maybe it's
But we've seen so many, famous actors and actresses that have been working in major film productions that still have an accent.
yeah, well, I guess somewhere there is a level, right? There are layers. So first layer, um you're part of the big pot of Greek people, right?
Yeah.
Greeks playing in English stuff, let's say.
Yeah.
Then on another level, you become more and more yourself. So then you're detached from the group, let's say,
Mhm.
and then it gives more
Yeah.
opportunities
Yeah. Yeah.
accent-wise.
Yeah. Accent wise. So if ego was here, were a moment in your career, what would that moment be?
I was thinking about this question, but I couldn't really get it.
Oh, so what does it mean? What does
What
ego was
is
here?
what's the question? Can you rephrase the
Oh,
question?
of course, of course. So ego was here is like saying I was here because ego in Greek,
Yeah.
I. So uh, what I want to ask you is, was there a time in your career that you felt so present in that moment?
I think that was when we were filming Exchange on this coast, with that freezing wind in my eyes. And probably there were more moments,
Mm.
um, because like lots of times when I'm self-taping, even, you know, I get that feeling that, oh, I'm it's a great feeling that you created something, and that's when you created something and you are satisfied with yourself,
Mhm.
which is important. And I think it's more important for everybody to be happy about themselves and to be satisfied with themselves, as opposed to try to satisfy someone else, because you can never succeed to satisfy everybody. It's not possible.
If you're constantly comparing yourself to someone else,
Exactly.
the comparison is triggering so many bad feelings because you never feel enough.
Yeah, and it is meaningless and it is useless to try to satisfy everybody. Of course,
Mm.
if you are doing something for for some purpose, like playing a role and you have a script, of course you perform along the lines, of course, yeah, with the lines, with the script, with everything. If you completely like dislike it or whatever, it's not yours. You better drop it and not do it.
Not do it.
Yeah, but then to in a broader sense, to please everybody around is not possible, and it's not a right goal. The right goal is to be happy with yourself.
Yeah.
Then you project it around you, and then people around you become happier because they just see a happy person.
Yeah. So again, if I asked you what role taught you more about your heart than your craft, you would say again Barbara in exchange.
I would
Is
say
there
Barbara in exchange, and
something? Yeah.
I would say also there was a self tape and a small role which is in my show reels, um, where I played. So the brief was that there is one person, okay,
Mhm.
but they showed two personalities, and apparently in that
You
self
said that.
the guy who sent the self tape, I then met him at one of the network events like years ago, and then his film never happened. I don't know. He didn't get a budget or stuff, but it was very interesting. It was the role of Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Okay,
Oh,
and she had to take a difficult decision to bomb a compound which
mm,
was next to the hospital, because in that compound, allegedly, there were some terrorists, right?
okay.
And so, and there were two roles. So one was very grounded, very calm, counting, calculating,
Mhm.
very, very grounded,
Controlling, yeah.
controlling, and taking a decision. And the decision was to bomb,
Mhm.
right? And there was her other side, which was very emotional. And she was very like, yeah, but you can kill innocent people around. Think about it. What will happen? Like, why are you so cold? You're running for your office. You're not thinking. So, and that was so interesting. That was such an interesting self tape. I can never forget it. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
because they were the two completely opposites.
Yeah. Yeah. And I recorded it. And then later on, I showed it to my showreel producer, and he's like, I said, I want to make a short scene uh
Uh-huh.
with two people. So I played. He softened it. I wanted it to be as distinct as possible,
Got
as
it. I watched it.
that self tape, but he softened it. So I'm playing their twin sisters.
Mm,
Yeah, also it was a very interesting experience because I had to play one sister and then the other one, and they're very different personalities. One is just out of jail for drugs and stuff.
mhm.
The other one is like proper citizen, mother, good worker, some middle class career stuff. So yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I watched that reel and I, for a moment, I was like, is it Natalie again? Because I wasn't able to recognize you because the way you were acting, changed your whole face. So, I mean,
That's the best compliment could be for.
no, it's true. It's true. Because it took me a few seconds to say, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So now I understand why you won the debut award for exchange. It's obvious. So, is there a question that you don't usually like to answer, and why? Not in interviews, in general, like if someone is asking you a specific question.
Don't like small talk. And I probably don't like the question when you're asked, like you come to a restaurant or you're in a taxi, oh, where are you from?
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I can't really explain, because I think the reason be what I said previously, that when this small talk happens, it's not like you're asking me, where we're having the proper conversation or somebody else, but it's when, on the street or cafes or taxi, that like they have a stereotype, because the reason they're asking is that they want to match the
To match
stereotype
with,
they've got in their head to you, and
yeah,
like, okay, will you be greedy or not? If you're in taxi, will you leave a tip or not?
yeah, yeah,
That's what I don't like.
yeah. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, because people want to put you in boxes and
Yeah,
categorize you
exactly.
in a certain way,
Yeah.
which is, I'm sorry to say, but it's stupid. It's completely useless.
Mhm. Yeah.
That. So tell me a moment in your life or in your career that you felt completely seen as who you are. Because I've experienced, okay, I had some moments, but I usually get to feel that emotion with my daughter. Sometimes she's staring at me in a way that I really feel seen. I don't know how to
I just,
put it in words.
I kind
You know,
of
I
grasp.
exist because I always, because of my anxiety, I always think about things that happened or things that will happen. So I'm never really present. Um, but in those moments, I feel completely present.
Well, I would say that because of my personal work and my personal development, I feel being present quite a lot. And it's not that I need somebody to recognize it. I can I can recognize it myself, and I can feel it myself. Um,
I think it's more the moments we feel more grounded in a way, more present.
yeah, and also you can be present and you can be everywhere as Barbara. It's a very interesting feeling when you are here, but
Yeah.
you see more than, like, you know, in front of you or at the sides. You see more with your brain in your head.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's quite an interesting feeling, and I love it. And
It
it also,
reminds me of the thing that we're individuals as human beings, but in the same time, we're all connected.
mm,
Like,
yeah, and we're connected to the world. We're connected to nature. How
so,
can
like,
how can it be different?
no, but
It's
I'm talking about Barbara, like, because you said she's the whole, she represents the unity, maybe the universe, I don't know, the
yeah,
wholeness.
the wholeness,
Yeah.
exactly, the
Yeah.
wholeness. So that's a very, very interesting feeling. And um, also, I can't forget um, how this worked again in a real life when I was taking my RADA course. Our tutor, Ian Henderson, he was like, first of all, we started the class with meditation. Okay,
Mhm.
empty
Oh,
yourself,
that's an interesting way to start.
brain. Yes, absolutely. And then uh, his words were, okay, empty yourself, but be present, be connected and react, but be empty as a vessel for the character. So it's again a combination, because if you're empty and you say, okay, I'm empty, that means that you're like, like a piece of wood, you don't feel
Yeah.
anything. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's being open to everything.
Or making room
Yeah,
to
like
embrace.
that
Yeah.
everything is possible, in other words, like everything is possible and everything has the right to exist.
Mm. What would you say to the young actors, like anyone who sees you and says, "Oh, Natalie won the debut award in the Film Festival, which is huge, and everyone is dreaming to experience moments like that." But what would you say somebody who is or even starting in the acting industry or even having hard time to book another role? Because that time is in between when you're not working.
Well, I would say from practical point of view, I would say that for young actors, having a day job,
Mm,
a job, so like being, if they can get AD job or anything in the industry, would help them a lot, because the worst thing is when you're an actor and you're sitting there and you're waiting to book something and you're not booking and you don't have money. Like, you know,
yeah.
it's bad for everybody not to have money, because we need money in this world to exist, to
Uh-huh.
survive, not to
Yes.
survive, right? So, um, so it would be very good if you had, as a young actor, you had a day job, so that you don't stress about what you're going to eat tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Then when this stress is out, it gives you more inner freedom to create, to perform. Because
Perform.
if
Yeah.
you're like anxious, like I need to book this, I need to book, and you
Mhm.
grab everything possible, and then your acting becomes very artificial, because you're so keen to,
Needy and
yeah,
right.
so tense, you're so keen to book it. So that's probably what I would recommend, recommend, or yeah, advise. And also, um, people who have very strong ego,
Mm.
in a bad sense of this word,
Yes.
uh, so who cannot cope with rejection.
Yeah, because you get to be rejected
Yeah.
so many times.
Or who cannot uh, accept sometimes the fact that someone gets the role and you don't,
Mhm.
because someone is more suitable for this role. They, yeah,
Yeah, they're more
they,
suitable.
they,
Doesn't mean that they're better. Like,
they should. They. It's not that they shouldn't be in the industry. Like ban them. No, no, no. But it will be very, very hard with this perception, with this point having in yourselves. It will be very hard to survive in that industry, because rejection happens all the
all
time.
the time. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
time.
So the way you deal with rejection from your
It's
parents.
I don't take it something like something personal about me, that I'm bad or I acted bad. No. And look, I think that it doesn't take a special skill for
Hmm.
everybody when you do something and you're completely honest with yourself to see if you what you did is good or bad.
Yeah.
Like in everything what you're doing, yeah. If you planted a flower or whatever, yeah, it's
Mm.
always like, but we lie to ourselves so much because we're so scared to be true with ourselves, to say, okay, well, you screwed up, like, yeah, it's
Well,
bad.
it happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad. Because why we don't say that? Because we're gonna be feeling bad, and then maybe we'll be crying, and then then we try to say, no, 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 I did good. It was that person who didn't select me for the role. That casting director, he's, you know,
But don't you believe
really.
that deep
But
down we always
no, it's not. It's not. It's not true. So if we were honest with ourselves, we would definitely, understand and see where we did our best, and where we fit and where we don't.
yeah.
So I don't mind. And as I said, for example, at the beginning, Like, I receive the brief and I see that it's a Russian role. It's very easy. It's like several lines,
Mhm.
not much going on, like emotion wise and stuff. But so it has to be somebody with completely different face. And you can read it from the lines, and I know I get it, although
Mhm.
it's not because I'm not performing good, it's because I
Yeah,
don't look like this type. Just
exactly.
don't.
Yeah, yeah.
So whatever I do, I don't fit the role. Although of course I can, like, formally I can do the accent. I'm right, language and stuff. So I'm
The features sometimes play an important part in, you know, if you're gonna get casted for a certain role.
well, I'm waiting. Like, I know for myself that my best place would be playing like, probably an embassy official, or even like uncovered spy or stuff like that, with a lot of intelligence,
Oh,
and
yeah.
again a lot of like e- being not herself character wise in a different situations where she has to cover, stuff like that. That would be my thing, rather than playing, I don't know, housekeeper. Yeah.
So if someone watched your journey from the very beginning till now, what do you hope they would take away from it?
I'd hope they would take away inspiration and the fire and curiosity. So be curious about what's going to happen with you, rather than be scared. Oh, what will tomorrow bring me? If
It is hard to keep that mentality.
yeah, but if someone can achieve that, just be curious, be
Uh,
interested in your life, in what's going to happen, then the
yes.
fear gradually goes away. And fear is the biggest barrier
Enemy.
that
Yeah,
stops
yeah, yeah.
from achieving, for
Mhm.
everybody, from achieving their goals, is the fear of failure.
In general, like in everything in life, not only in our job and yeah.
Yeah.
So, Natalie, thank you so much for being here with us today. It was a true honor. Congratulations
Right.
again for the award. Because it's it's a huge thing, especially for a part for Barbara. You didn't have any lines. Like for me, it's a huge thing, and I mean, I'm an actress. I'm really deeply inspired by the whole journey and the way you deal with things and the way you see them through your lens, which is um, amazing.
Thank you. Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and I wish you great success in this podcast, and as well as in your acting. And when I see people like you who are not sitting and waiting for things to happen, but they're acting to make things happen. They're doing something. It's really always great. And I wish all the actors and all the people in the industry just be proactive.
Yeah, exactly.
Great, great, great.
So thank you. Um, until next time, stay true to who you are. And remember, ego is here, you are here. And that's enough.